Hello, everyone. I am here with Melissa Mars. I'm very excited to interview her. Melissa, I met her at the Garden State Film Festival. She had a film in there. How are you doing, Melissa?
Hi, good, and you?
Good to see you again. I loved meeting you there. You're a very talented woman. You're kind of a one-man band, so to speak. Like you direct, you write, you act, you do everything, and you're a musician. That's
Mhm.
pretty cool. That's awesome. So it's great meeting someone so talented as yourself and so down to earth, and that's awesome. Glad to have
Thank
you
you so
here.
much. Thank
It's
you, thank you. I'm
awesome.
glad to chat with you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, let's get right into it because I have a lot of questions for you. So,
Mhm.
I always love meeting other cinephiles, people that are really into cinema. At what point in your life did you realize you wanted to work in the film industry? Was this something you wanted to do later in life? Is it something you always wanted to do? When did you know you wanted to work in film?
I was 9 years old.
Wow. Okay. So you were
Yeah,
young.
and I was like, I want to be an actress. I want to make films, and tell stories. I mean, I knew that's what I really
Uh-huh.
wanted to do from then. And I was quite mocked at
Oh.
school. I was in Marseille, in the south of France. That's where I was born and grew up, and as if it was something for people from another planet, you know?
Yeah.
So, well, no wonder why my name is Mars now.
Yeah, there you go. You're not from here. You're an alien. That's okay. We like him. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, very cool. And did you, like, when you were little, did you find yourself putting on like puppet shows and stuff like that? Like you started doing things very young where you started telling your stories and stuff?
Yeah. I was a lonely child. I didn't have any siblings, and I started making films in my room, and playing all the roles, and then I had this obsession with like playing this scene where I was being kidnapped and I had to
Oh.
run away, and I was on a boat or something, and then my mom would interrupt me, and I'm like, Mom, I'm making a film.
I could imagine. Was your mother ever concerned or was she supportive? Like when she would hear
Yeah, sometimes she would hear me scream, so that's why she would interrupt me. It's like, I'm just acting,
Oh,
Or I would go like, attach me, but like really tight, so I really struggle so to run away.
that's so cute. I love that though. And you know what? That's nice that you started at a young age and knew exactly what you wanted to do and you knew you wanted to be a storyteller. And that's amazing. And I feel like even you as a musician, writing music is storytelling as well. It kind of
Yeah.
coincides with filmmaking, so and acting, and that's wonderful.
That's
That's
so
great.
true. It took me a while to understand that because music came into my life as a I always describe it as a meteorite on my planet because it just landed like, wait, what is this? Why is it like why? I didn't ask for this. Somehow it was really a gift, a gift. Although I didn't see it that way originally because I wanted to be an actress, and then so what
Sure.
happened is I had a dinner with a big French filmmaker, André Téchiné, and I was hoping, like he wanted to meet me. So he saw my picture, he wanted to meet me, and I started to, have a film in my head that I was going to be in his film,
Oh,
and actually there was actually throughout the dinner there was not really any chemistry.
okay. Hey, you know
And
what happens?
it
Yeah.
happens, but I was young and I could not. I was trying to hold on to every minute, being like, "Oh my God, like it's gonna turn, something's gonna happen," and something did happen, but not what I expected. At that dinner with
I have
my
a feeling. Yeah.
that's so funny, but yeah, I was having dinner with him and my agent, and then there's this guy who's a French music producer who knows my agent, and he comes and says hi, and he joins us for a few minutes, but for me, those minutes were an eternity, and I'm like, why is he at my dinner? Why is he interrupting? And then he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're pretty. Do you sing?" And I'm like, "What's the connection?
Yeah, that
Why
is
would he ask me such a question?" I was so
right. What does
upset,
looks have to do with being a talented musician? Yeah.
right? I was like, I mean, I really took it the wrong way at the moment, and then but I had taken singing classes just to fix my voice, not even to be a singer.
Mm.
And at the time too, my singing teacher wanted me to open for his concerts, and he really believed in me. And I was like, what is with these people who want me to sing when I'm not even asking for it?
Oh, oh.
So
Huh.
a month after that, my this uh, music producer called my agent again, and he was like, "Oh, can I meet her like in a more serious context?" And I'd like to hear her sing. Like he had a vision of me singing, and it actually became true.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, because
amazing.
after that, like, what happened is like we started recording demo songs, and I
Uh,
was like, yeah, I mean, I know at the time I was like, I know how to sing, but I don't want to be a singer. I'm an actor, so and
right.
I'm a filmmaker, like I wanted to make films. That was really my dream. So he was like, let's just do it as a playtime, like leisure, and we'll see where it leads. And it led to signing with EMI first, and then Universal Music, releasing
Wow.
albums, and me becoming a singer-songwriter. I mean, that was like I said, unexpected, but it took me a time to embrace it.
Okay.
And it happened when I understood, like what you said before, that singing or songwriting is storytelling, is just another form.
Right.
I was just resisting because that's not the path I was envisioning. But once
Sure.
I embraced it, and I had my first song idea, which was like I used to write and I thought it was going to be a film, but then I was like, oh, this sounds like a song. And I was like, okay, maybe if I express my stories in the form of a song, then yeah, it is storytelling. Oh, it is actually what I've always wanted to do. Like
Oh,
it was a whole
cool.
pattern in my head. And I ended up having this idea of a song that was Papa M'aime pas, which means Daddy doesn't love me.
Oh,
And I had my mommy, who was a poet. She
oh,
always used to write poems, and
wow.
I told her, "Could you help me write this song? I have this idea, and she did. And I mean, and then it just led to my whole career in the music.
Well, let me ask you a question. So I know, with your films, you act and you also direct. Is it hard when you're on the set, like acting and directing the film at the same time? Do you have a process? Like, how do you do that as both an actor and a director in the film?
Uh, yeah, it's I guess because I wrote the film, and I had the clear vision in my head. It's kind of seamless, and like just natural. I surround myself with partners
Mhm.
I've prepared with the film, so they like I trust them, and once we're filming, I kind of just it's a straight line. We don't try to interrupt so far as me. Like sometimes I would go check on something, like if it looks the way I needed it,
Mm.
but otherwise, because of the rehearsal process and all the preparation, it's sort of I won't say easy, but not really. But it's like, it's natural. It's more natural than we could fear.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because there's so much, right, as an actor that you have to get yourself in this mindset. Like you have to get yourself really in the zone of getting into
Hmm.
character. And then also being behind the camera is tough. So to do that transition seamlessly, it
Yeah.
seems like that would be a challenge. So good for you that you're able to do that. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's fun, but like when I have a DP, it's amazing because I trust my DPs, the DPs that I choose.
sure.
So that's great. Sometimes I'm the one actually doing the filming, and or like it becomes more complicated, but
Sure. No. Well, let me ask you, as a filmmaker, how many films have you made so far, and which one's your personal favorite? Like, and why?
Yeah, so yeah, I've done about a dozen,
Oh,
like
wow.
it's between music videos and short movies, and I don't know if it's a lot or not because I mean I do so many things. You know, there's the writing, there's the singing and songwriting. So it depends on the times. You know,
Yeah.
I've been active and then more active in another area of telling stories. So
Okay.
I'm very I'm always doing telling a story in one way or another. And I think that I mean I have a lot of stories I really love. One of them I would say among my favorites. I mean I have two, but no, I love everything I did somehow.
That's great. Well, good
But
for
because
you. Yeah.
each of them have something particular that make them so dear to me. One of them is Army of Love. It's an animated music video. I like to call it a tale as well because it's really a story and I co-directed it this one with a French animator Thomas Guérigen
Okay.
and it was so magical the way it happened because I wanted an animation for that song, and the way that song was born, "Army of Love," it's called. It was such a process. I had met these sound producers in London, and they had this really exciting sound
Hmm.
production, and I came up with melodies, and but that was like what we call yogurt lyrics, which is like like there was no words, that was just like sounds. So
Okay.
we recorded the melodies, and 9 months of like not finding any words to put on it. No words. Like I was working with my mom, Lila Cleef, and she's my co lyricist.
Oh, wow.
And we couldn't find the words. We were stuck with that one. And then we had to go back to London 9 months later. It's like, okay, now it's time to record. And, like Universal was behind and 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 if we don't have lyrics, then we lose kind of the song because the time of the studio recording is determined.
Wow, that's
And one day, so we're going to the studio, and we're in that red bus,
yeah,
London buses.
sure.
We're going to the studio, and then I have this vision. It's crazy. I see myself in my vision. It was all white, snowy, and I see myself in red. In the music video, I ended up being in blue,
Okay.
but I see myself in red, and I see myself breaking down into 1,000 little me's,
Oh, cool.
going to find the and reignite the love that is stuck in the ice, like an ice love stuck in the ice like for centuries.
Oh, cool. I love
And I
that.
had that vision, and so it became, it's like, oh my God, Army of Love. And oh, Army of Love. It became that, like, and then we told the story with the lyrics. And I met this animator.
Mhm.
So that was the first part of the journey for Army of Love. Second part of the journey,
Mhm.
I have my directorial debut, Love Machine.
Okay.
And I go to Tunisia to shoot that music video. And I come back, and the time it's MySpace, and I see a comment from a new fan, and he has a little video. And remember, at that time, there was no AI, there was nothing like that.
Right.
So
Right.
he did the animation, and the time it can take.
Mhm.
And it was an animation of me in a red truck in the desert. And that's what I just came back from the desert. Nobody had seen. Like it was just footage. I didn't edit my music video.
Right.
So it was looking like what I had just filmed. So I was like, oh my God, like can't make more of a connection with
Yeah.
someone you don't know, right? So I
Right.
contacted him. I was like, "This is crazy, Laura," and
Right.
we were on such a same level creatively that I told him about my idea for Army of Love, and then we did it together, and I love that story, and he came out so well. I love it. I love it.
That's
So that's our
amazing.
little baby.
I love that. Well, man, I got to check that out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
That is
It's
amazing.
on
Well,
YouTube.
well, that's amazing. I love stories when, you're in a stressful situation, but then somehow, like, like kind of like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. It sounded like
Hmm.
you were in a stressful situation with Universal being behind, but then you had a vision and you turned it into something really wonderful and took that.
Yeah,
That's wonderful. I love
yeah.
that.
I love those magical moments. It's so unexpected.
Yeah, for sure. And it's probably so personal to you, right? It's
Mhm.
like, because you could, wow, that's amazing. I can't wait to see that. That sounds cool. Um, well, and I know now I've seen you because I met you at a film festival. I know you've been to other film festivals, you've had screenings. What is your takeaway from attending film festivals? Do you think they're worth the hype? Like, do you think it's definitely a good experience for filmmakers to go to film festivals?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. I can't say for all the festivals. It depends on how the festival is
Mm,
proactive into, or like organizing
mhm.
events and uniting, the audience and the filmmakers.
Sure.
But like the one where we met,
Yeah.
the Garden State Film Festival, and one of the latest one I've been to, YoFi Film
Oh,
Festival in Yonkers. Oh
nice.
my God, like I've met so many wonderful people. I
Awesome.
just I mean, it's the best place of a film festival to network, meet. Not only it's twofold. There's on one side you meet people like you who are trying to tell stories, making films, and we connect at so many levels, and we start becoming a new family and help each other, etc. Like I really love that part. The second part is the audience, and there's nothing like showing your film to an audience and being there and feeling their reactions. It's just so unique. Yeah, I can only recommend that when you can go to a festival. I've been trying to go as much as I could, and so for now I've kept it to the three state areas since
Okay.
I'm in New York.
Sure.
But I hope to go further and submit to other festivals in the country.
Awesome. And now, is there a current, like, working filmmaker or actor you'd like to work with? Like maybe a movie you saw recently and you're like, oh my God, I would love to work on a project with this person, or.
Oh my God, the list is the
Yeah,
list is so long. I feel
sure.
that, every time I see whether a film or a TV series is like, oh my God, these people are so amazing. Like
Yeah.
they made such a great work all together. It's like when we see something, it's not one mind. It's although there is one mind that does, direct or show run the whole thing, it comes from so many people, from the
Yeah.
cast to the crew behind, and oh my God, it is really
Did
hard to
it
answer that.
date? Like, well, let
Yeah.
me ask you because the also a female French filmmaker, the movie The Substance, I was blown away.
Oh my God, I just saw it. It's
Oh
so
my
weird that you mentioned that.
God.
I
Isn't
didn't
that
know it was
amazing?
a French filmmaker. I was very proud of
Yeah,
that when I
she is
discovered that.
talented. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. It's an incredible film. I had like uh I loved it. I would say one thing, don't watch it while you're eating, which
Yes,
was a mistake I did. I didn't know. Nobody told me. So this is
sure.
a really friendly message.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah, you definitely a lot of body horror in that one. Yeah, you don't want
I didn't
to.
expect it, but I just love the message behind it, but the visuals, the acting, the performances, the framing, everything is amazing about this movie.
Well, and I saw an interview with her, and I love the way she was so unapologetic about the fact that she wasn't afraid to show her inspirations in the film of other filmmakers. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like there
Mm-hmm.
was clearly a lot of Kubrick inspiration, Cronenberg, like, and she didn't shy away from that. She was
Yeah.
like, no, this is definitely supposed to be like a film, like a Kubrick shot. This is supposed to be body horror that, somewhat mimics Cronenberg because she
Yeah.
was showing her influences in the film, and it was just so well done. I mean, it was just so stunning, like such a
Yeah.
great film.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was amazing. You could tell that's a passionate filmmaker that she's like, yeah, I'm talented. I'm going to show you what's important to me, but I'm also not going to shy away from my influences of other.
Yeah.
You like what are your influences when you make a movie? Who are your influential filmmakers? Like, do you have any?
Oh, I have a long list. But it's funny because I just wrote a piece completely unexpected right before Christmas, and this week I just did a whole rewrite,
Mm.
10-page short, and this is a literal homage to the filmmaker who shaped my childhood, Steven Spielberg,
Yeah.
and E.T. I mean, for me, this is like such at so many levels. But first, as a human,
Yeah.
and the child, the emotions, it really triggered the story, and I watched it. I don't know how old I was. I was a kid, but
Mm.
maybe I don't know, maybe between 6 and 8. I don't know, but.
Sure.
My first trip to New York with my mom, I was 9, and oh, I was like, I should have him with me, but I don't. I didn't bring him. But the first thing I got and I still have is my little teddy bear. That's E.T. Found him on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, that's so
And it's
cute.
like it's my most precious childhood. Um, you call it teddy bear, although it's
Yeah.
not a bear.
Oh.
That's a weird word. But yeah, it just this movie shaped me in so many ways that I didn't totally realize it. But when for example, when I did The Last Touch,
Mm.
the movie poster, I don't. Oh yeah, look, I have the book here, E.T. And I didn't realize until way later. But my poster, um, I don't have a visual like with me, but it's two hands who are touching. The Last Touch is totally a different story, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's about we're in a world where people can't touch, and
Wow.
so a simple touch can be lethal
Yeah.
or fatal.
Yeah.
And so the poster was like two hands and an electric separation. So I was like, oh my God. One day I realized that like, this is what influenced me for my poster, for
Oh,
example,
wow.
and a lot of things like Love Machine. I realized, I'm always looking up into the stars and looking for home somewhere,
Good.
somewhere in another
Yeah.
planet. And yeah, I wrote this new piece, and it's really an homage to Spielberg and the little me who wanted to become a storyteller
Yeah.
and follow his track.
Oh my gosh, I love that. But well, that's amazing. Yeah, because I saw that film and I also saw your other award-winning short called The Sign.
Yes.
And what was your inspiration behind The Sign?
Oh, this is such a, so that's a different world. We're like
Yeah.
in a more human context. Well, this is more life experience that inspired me. That like my significant other has an invisible disability, and he has a service animal, and it's
Mm-hmm.
uh, the the perception of people who need to see
Hmm.
to believe, right? And so it's really uh, I was hoping through this movie to raise awareness around invisible disabilities and also around the teams of service dog teams, where um, there's a lot of misconceptions around that. And when you see a sign that says no dogs allowed, this doesn't apply to a service animal. So
Mm-hmm.
on one hand, the people who have a disability can suffer from the misinterpretation of that sign.
Okay.
And on the other hand, there's also the people who try to pass for a team like that
Sure.
and who are making the life of the people with a disability really more complicated
Oh,
for the access in public places.
okay. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. I love that.
So thank you. So yeah, that was my goal through the movie. What uh, and I love the journey around that movie also because I wanted to tell this story in an entertaining way and be
Mhm.
educational, which I think I succeeded because people like kept telling me like getting this feedback to me. So I was really happy with that. But also in terms of directing and visually, I gave myself a challenge, which was exciting, and I was not sure I would succeed, but it worked. uh, you never see any faces in the film, so it's
Sure.
all at a knee level,
Okay.
knee down level, and it was inspired by two things. One is like the animations, like when we stay at the baby eye level
Uh-huh.
and we never see the parents. It's always like we only see the legs and all of that. So since
Yeah.
it was a story about a service animal, service dog, I wanted to stay at his eye level. So we only see the legs.
Mhm.
And the second level of that metaphor was also keeping a lot of it invisible, like the disability in the story.
Wow, amazing. Oh my goodness. Well, I love that you direct these stories and write these stories and act in them, things that are so personal to you and you could really bring those to life. That's very important. That's wonderful. And these are stories that should be told. And let me ask you, as a director, I know you're obviously a very talented actor, you act a lot, but when you look for other actors in your film and place them in your film, what qualities do you look for in an actor as a director?
Yeah, it's so funny. I was never asked this question so far.
Okay.
That's so cool. And I I and I never asked myself that question because I guess I was always approaching it from a character perspective and be like, okay, let's see what they have for it. But it makes me think, like what what I find powerful in actors is their freedom.
Mm,
And that's always what like even like growing up and then training as an actor myself, and in the very beginning I was suffering somehow and I was scared and I was like, but why am I scared? This is what I want to do, but somehow I'm scared to I was scared to expose myself somehow. And I there are it was some work. It took some work, to understand the process and myself and my fears and what I was trying to do through acting and storytelling. But so that's what I notice in actors. What I love is when they're free and they they don't have any of these walls up anymore, and they're
yeah,
just like matter to uh build with their own experience, and plus adding the direction, and it's like, wow, a character is born from this body and of this person this person with their experience and their physique, their voice, and they're creating someone else.
yeah,
And it's just that freedom, that confidence, and that vulnerability.
for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a very important quality that an actor should have. And obviously somebody that's easy to work with too. Because there are talented actors out there, but if they're divas or they're tough to work with, you
Yeah,
don't you don't want to deal with that as a filmmaker, I'm sure, right? It's
do
like,
that.
yeah, no, life's too short for that. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, as a filmmaker, was there ever a time, and I'm sure there was, like when you're in a really stressful moment, or maybe there was a mistake that was made that you learned from? That, like, I'm sure early on when you're in the filmmaking process, was there ever like a time where, or you had a really difficult obstacle that you had to deal with,
Oh,
like while
there's
filming?
no, I'm gonna say there's no early on. It's
Yeah.
like, so every film comes with their mistakes.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And recently, I mean, by recently, I mean like a couple of years ago,
Hmm.
I started a list and
Okay.
in my notes. And
Okay.
I'm like, now I'm gonna learn from my mistakes, but I'm gonna remember them first
Yeah,
of all.
sure.
But I'm gonna learn, and every mistake, most of the mistakes, I'm trying to think back, but I think most of the mistakes led to a miracle
Yeah.
or something magical. And
Sure.
I think a mistake, it's a gift.
Yes.
Um, to learn, obviously, but it's also a gift to be more creative because once the mistake is done,
Mhm.
you got to find a solution to fix it in a way or another, you know.
Sure.
So that's the gift, and it really makes you more creative.
So I got the last and fun question here. Um, it's a tough one. It's kind of one of those letterboxed questions. What are some of your, if you can name three of some of your favorite films, what would they be?
That's just impossible.
It is impossible. I know. I'm sorry.
So I named one already before, so I won't rename it, and that gives me three other
Yeah.
options.
Okay. Now you can say four. Sure. No worries. All right. No worries.
No, it's a very hard question for me because I have a ton.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a bubble of like dystopian stories for me, like a
Okay.
whole universe of films and then a whole list. Uh, so it's hard for me to pick out of them. So I'm just gonna tell you that in that group there's Soylent Green,
Oh, good one.
Blade Runner, Logan's Run, PHX, Gattaca, Ex Machina, 12
Oh my God. I
Monkeys,
love Ex Machina.
Children of Men, Terminators. You know, it's just all these dystopian worlds, dark worlds are such an inspiration, and I've watched them since I was a child, and they're top of my list. There's the Lovely Bones on
Oh,
another
that's a good one.
category. I have like French movies as well, but I wanted to keep it to films you may know.
Okay, well, there's some French films. I think one of my all-time favorite romantic comedies, excuse me, something caught my throat, sorry.
Oh my God.
Breathless. You ever see
Which one?
Breathless? Breathless. It's like an
I
old
wonder
black and
what
white.
I wonder what the title is.
It's a-
À bout de souffle. Probably
yeah,
À bout de
I
souffle.
think that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yes, that's a
beautiful film.
classic. That's a
Beautiful film.
classic.
What other French films do you like? Maybe one of our listeners, even if I don't know, maybe they might know.
Oh, well, there's like a Caro et Genet. I was going to try to pronounce it English way.
No
Caro and
worries.
Genet.
It's all good. No worries. Yeah.
So there are French filmmakers, like a team, and sometimes Jean-Pierre Jeunet makes his own movies on his own.
Okay.
But I love their world. It's like so bizarre and dark and dystopian, but at the same time funny. And I don't know.
Yeah.
But their movies are just incredible visually too. But Jean-Pierre Jeunet through Amélie,
Yeah, I love that movie.
wonderful
Beautiful.
movie,
Yeah,
and
it's so beautiful.
it's one of the aliens as well, and
Oh,
other movies. Yeah.
wow.
Jean Becca is another director I used to like. I loved his movie Elisa or L'été meurtrier. Well, if we have some French viewers,
Awesome.
they will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And you know what? I think after this, I'm going to Google and try to find them so I can watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
learn something new every day on these podcasts. I love it. So
That's
yeah,
so
for
cool.
talking to people.
So
So,
cool.
well, that's amazing. Melissa, thank you so much. I'm sorry I started coughing a little bit toward the end there.
No worries.
Some got caught in my throat, but
I hope
thank
you're
you.
fine.
It happens, right? Yeah. That's just life. But no, it's been so nice talking with you.
Likewise. Thank
You're
you
very
so much.
talented, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you again. And yeah, I'm excited to see what you come out with next.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for being here. And yeah, and is your music video now, is that available online? Can people see that? The music video?
Yes, yes, yes. Love Machine, Army of Love, Et Je veux danser, Just Only Wanna Dance. Those are I directed or co-directed. They're
Okay.
on YouTube and
Okay.
yeah, other ones too. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Since the
Cool.
beginning, Papa
And
Mambai is there too.
awesome. And do you have some like do you have your profile, like your music up on Spotify or anything if people want to
Absolutely, yeah. I have
Spotify?
several
Okay.
albums, and I was also in the musical Mozart the Rock Opera. So there's
Oh,
a there's a lot out there, and And otherwise, I'm on Instagram, Melissa
Awesome.
Mars Official.
Melissa Mars Official on
Yep.
Instagram, and on Spotify, you're Melissa Mars as well. People want to find your music. Okay.
Yes, Melissa Mars, and yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so
Yeah.
everybody listening, you know where to find her. So come
Yeah.
find her. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Melissa. Thank you for being here. Thanks for
Thank
taking the time.
you.
Appreciate it.